What's going on, everybody? What's going on? Welcome to another episode of Legacy Moves Gas Station Podcast, the fueling ground for the mind, the body, and the soul. Today is a day I'm gonna call it Beer Fridays. I'm gonna have me a beer while I talk to y'all. You know, everybody else got wine and coolers and shit like that, so I'm gonna have me a beer while we conversate and talk today. We've been working all day. We just got done working. I've been trading all day. I made pretty good money today. I made about $400 in the market today. It's a good day. Good day. Nice little $400 a day in the market. You know, while we've been sitting out here working, so we did the yard today. We did the hedges in the yard. We've just been cleaning springtime, man. Springtime time, you know, if I don't take care of my shit, who else is? If I don't take care of it, who else is? You know what I mean? That's a nugget right there. That's a nugget, man. It's a gold nugget. I just gave y'all a gold nugget. If I don't take care of my shit, who else is? If you don't take care of your life, who else is? You know, quit worrying about what somebody else is doing. Worry about what you need to do. What's happening, y'all? Gas Station Podcast. Hey, man, did you get your 3 W's today? Did you get your 3 W's? Yeah, I got my 3 W's. I get my 3 W's every day, man. All right, man. Make sure you get your word. Make sure you get your wisdom. And make sure you get your workout daily. 3 W's every day. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I'm in the middle of my podcast, brother. All right, let me do this, man. Let me start over. All right. All right. That's one of my guys. He works for me. It's one of my guys. He works for me. You know, you got that person who, greatest person in the world, do anything in the world for you. But every time they knock, they always knock at the wrong. They knock when you're eating, when you're in the middle of the podcast. They always knock in the middle. But guess what? That person is the person who you can depend on, man. You know what I'm saying? So you have to eat crow. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, I'm just so tunnel vision when I'm working or when I'm in the middle of something. I want like to focus on what I'm doing, because if I don't focus, then what I will do is I will forget very fast. My short-term memory is a mother, man. That's really, I play a lot of games, you know, to help with my memory, with my short-term memory, and I also I study other languages. Like I study Spanish every day. I also study Spanish for 30 minutes every day. I got Spanish lessons every day. I play when I'm not doing anything or when I'm in between things. What I try to do is, instead of sitting around scrolling Facebook and Instagram, what I try to do is I try to play my little mind game, my little mind exercises. So I also try to get mind exercise, because I understand it. This here, then plus I'm in school, you know, so y'all already know I'm working on my PhD, and just a lot going on. Plus we're working, and plus, you know, like I said, I have to take care of my situation. I have to take care of my house. I have to take care of my properties. I have to take care of my boarding house. And so, you know, and I have a boarding house with a bunch of tenants in it. And my tenants are a handful, because, as you know, when you got people who have to live in a boarding house, they don't know how to behave. So you gotta constantly lay down the rules to them, because if you don't lay down the rules to them, they won't have any law and order. And so you have to make, So you have to be prepared where you can be able to manage that situation. You just can't let it loose, because if you let it loose, it'll grow a bunch of weeds, thorns and thistles in it very, very quickly. And so you have to take care of your garden. You got to take care of your things. Yeah, this gas station podcast, man. Hey, so today on the gas station, we're going to talk about beer. We're going to talk about why foreigners are whipping you in the marketplace. Why we are so scared of foreigners coming in America. Why we so scared? Why we, I listen to all this news about all these foreigners coming into America and how everybody's trying to stop the foreigner crisis from coming into America. I want you to ask yourself something. I want you to ask yourself something. What other country have you seen that they are trying to stop Americans from coming into that country? In fact, not only do they not try to stop us from coming into that country, they welcome us in that country. But here in America, to come to America, you got to have visas. You can't just have a passport, but it's it's a few places you got to have a visa to go to as Americans, but most places you can just go. Or even if you do have to have a visa, you pay a couple dollars to just go. It's quick, and it's a quick, easy process. It's not a long, drawn-out process like it is for somebody who wants to come and visit America or come live in America. How do I know that? Because I travel a lot. The girl who I'm with is a black Venezuelan. She's from Venezuela. Actually, she's one of the people who came over here from Venezuela. And we have a child together. Y'all see my son. And if you paying attention to my page, if you pay attention to my Instagram, Legacy Moves 1, y'all tap into my Instagram, Legacy Moves 1, on my Facebook. I have a lot of family photos and different things like that of my family. And she's a Venezuelan. Man, they're a different breed over there. Love them. Take good care of your boy, man. Yeah. Well, why you didn't get an American woman? I haven't found no American woman who takes care of me like this Venezuelan woman does. So I didn't have no problem with American women, but I like the way this Venezuelan woman takes care of me better than the American women that I've dated in the past. It wasn't nothing wrong with the women I dated in the past, but I just enjoy this Venezuelan one a lot better. And so I asked myself, and I've done shows on that, that black folks need to be racist too. And then I do shows and I think about why, I've done a show before about why foreigners are coming over here being more successful, even though we foreigners too, but even why they're coming over here being a lot more successful than we are. Then I think about my logic that I always tell people about, hey, you know, people normally gravitate to what's their norm. If you're an athlete, you're normally going to gravitate to other athletes. If you're a movie star or in the acting theater, you're going to gravitate to other people who are doing the things that you're doing. If you're a businessman or doing certain businesses, you're going to gravitate to people who are doing the same thing. If you race cars, you're going to gravitate to certain people who do that. If you're a homosexual, you're going to gravitate to other homosexuals. If you're a Crip, you're going to gravitate to other Crips. If you're a Blood, you're going to gravitate to other Bloods. If you just on and on, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know, that's just how, if you're in prison, if you're from Austin, you're going to gravitate to Austin people. If you're from Chi-Town, you're going to gravitate to Chi-Town. If you're from H-Town, you're going to gravitate to H-Town. If you're from Cali, you're going to gravitate to other Cali. Yeah, you know, I know, I'm there. They call them cars. You know. So then you want to ask yourself, so why do when foreigners come over here, why are we so worried about it? That they gonna steal our jobs? Are they gonna be? Why are they gonna be a burden on society? They gonna take our jobs. They're gonna lower our wages. Why are we worried about that? I'm gonna give you 3 reasons why I think we worried about that. That's the reason why we are inferior to foreigners or other people. And I'm going to tell you the only group of people that I think that are really inferior to them is lazy, sorry folk. I have a category I feel like that is inferior to foreigners. They call lazy, sorry folks. And you say to yourself, the politicians are fighting for the rights and fighting for government workers, man. A lot of government workers are normally lazy, sorry motherfuckers. Just because they're a government worker or they are a politician don't negate them from being a lazy, sorry son of a bitch. That doesn't negate them from being that. Because you ask yourself, how can a foreigner take your job? If you're a quality worker, you bring value, you do more than what's asked of you, you're cooperative. You speak the language, so you have better communication skills. How can somebody who has not the language, doesn't know the system, amongst other things, how is he stealing your job? Don't have the credentials. Don't have the same energy connection because they don't know you. They don't know them. They don't know what they can do. They have no history of being here. We can assume what they can do, but we really don't know the truth. The reason why he can steal your job is because he's outperforming you in the workplace. They have a history of outperforming you in the workplace. When Mexicans come over here, they got a history of working circles around you. They have a history of being on time. They have a history of not being combative, of being appreciative, grateful to have employment. They have a history of following directions. Well, you want to argue with the boss, you want to sneak and be somewhere you ain't supposed to on the side when the boss ain't looking. The only way the boss can get some real work out of you is if he stand right over you. Then you mad at the foreigner because he done came over and outperformed you, outworked you. Was pleasant to be around. When I leave and come back, a lot of shit has been done. When I leave and come back and you and they're working, ain't shit been done. Just like I left. And you wonder why the foreigners are outworking, outperforming, and why they have grown. Boss men have grown a reputation to rather hire them than you. Now I want to ask you a question. How can you change that narrative? How can you change the narrative? And y'all comment on this, y'all speak on this, because I know it's a touchy subject, and I know a lot of people want to speak on this, and I know that a lot of people want to be, man, we ought to get a nigga the job. We ought to get a black folks a job, this, that, and the other. And we need to get a job to Americans. Why? When you're a boss man that wants productivity, you want a boss man. When you're a boss man who is trying to make a profit and run a business, first of all, like I told y'all, first thing we're looking for somebody is called a hang. So you with a little less skill has a higher propensity to get the job than somebody who has more skill that have no chemistry with. So if I hire somebody with no chemistry over you, who I have chemistry with, grew up with, understand, that means you got to be a sorry motherfucker for me to go hire somebody, a foreigner over there, who I don't know shit about. That's why niggas get mad at white folks now, because guess what white folks do? They hire their own kind. Or they circumvent us and go hire a goddamn Mexican or a foreigner. Why is that? What kind of reputation have we established where that's their attitude towards us? Let me get a sip on that. How can we change our reputation? How can we change our credibility? How can we change the narrative? I tell my son all the time. What people say about you is what you give them to say. They watch your actions and they're going to say positive things about you, or they're going to say negative things about you, about your consistent behavior and the things that you do. You know why we say Michael Jordan can play great basketball? Because we sit there and watch him play great basketball. So we say, oh man, that motherfucker's the GOAT. No, LeBron is the GOAT. Because we watch him day in, day out play great basketball. You think LeBron James is worried about, with his work ethic, a goddamn foreigner coming over there taking his position? And Luka's a bad motherfucker. Paul, you think LeBron is worried about them taking their position? When you're a bad motherfucker, you think you have to worry about a motherfucker taking your J? The only time you have to worry about somebody taking your position is when you're sorry. And a motherfucker give you the benefit of the doubt before they would give somebody else that's a foreigner, because guess what? Everybody gravitates to what they know first. So you have to be a serious sapsucker, sorry joker for a foreigner to come take your position, take your J. Because even if y'all even, he's still gonna, or close to even, or even if the foreigner a little bit better, he's still gonna give it to you because he wants a hang all day. He wants somebody who he can spend his day with. So that foreigner has to outweigh you by a ton for him to choose the foreigner over you. I don't worry about no foreigners taking my position, because I know what I bring to the table. The only time you got to worry about a foreigner taking your J is when all you looking is what you can get versus what you can give. That's a pearl to all you swine out there. That's the only time you got to worry about a foreigner taking your J. Because even they'll pay you a little bit more if they know you dependable, if they know they can depend on you, they know they can go and do something else while you at work and doing what the hell you supposed to be doing. So all this legislation, all this trying to stop the foreigners, trying to stop this, trying to stop that, guess what? I like them coming. Women beautiful. Ooh, the women beautiful. Shit. They ain't begging for no bunch of money. They don't need to be taken out to no $1 million restaurant when you first meet them. They got old school values where they like taking care of their man. They like being submissive to their man. They like being a woman. They not trying to be the man. They not trying to be a feminist. They got the bath water ready. They lotion you up when you come out. You ain't got to lotion yourself up. They gonna lotion you up when you come out. If they see a booger hanging out your nose, they gonna pick your booger for you. They gonna do your feet. They gonna pick the pimples out your face. When you laying in bed, they gonna be touching on you in all the right places. These sisters don't do that. These sisters want to complain, bitch, all that old shit there. Let me give me a sip, man. Yeah. I ain't got nothing wrong with the sister. My mama's sister. I love the sister. You know. But I just happen to find a foreigner that does. We have great chemistry, and she does the things that I like. I wanted a sister that did that, but I didn't get no sister that did that. I got a foreigner, Venezuelan one. She's a sister. She's black, too. She just Venezuelan. But you know, that's a whole nother podcast. You know, there's another way they divide and conquer with this black and white bullshit. This gender shit, you feel me? You go to every other country, they call Mexicans, they call Venezuelans, they call Colombians, they call Europeans, they call Russians. You know, only Americans go try to find black Russians and black Asians and black Thai people and black Dominicans and, you know, only you know, Ethiopia, black and white Ethiopia, you know, only Americans try to bring that divide and conquer bullshit, man. You know, we can't just be Americans. We got to be black, white, this, that, Spanish. You know, we got to put these labels so they can segregate us, man. And we segregate ourselves. We believe the bullshit and the narrative they give us, you know. I heard an argument recently about when they was talking about homosexuals, gays, talking about how can a man consider himself a woman and a woman consider herself a man if it's not all right for us to consider ourselves white people or white people consider themselves black people. That's not cool, but it's cool for homosexuals to consider themselves women and men, but they call that a stupid argument. I don't see a stupid argument on that. That's basically, however you want to identify yourself, what you're saying is cool, you know. But that's another podcast too. But even with that, it doesn't matter. If you bring value, the one who brings the most value, the one who is less confrontational, the one who's a hand who I can spend my day with, is the one who gets the job. Is the one who's gonna get employed. And that's how we got to start moving. That's how we got to start moving. Hold on right quick, y'all. Hello? Hello? I'm so sick of them AI calls, y'all, boy. Them AIs don't play, boy. We need, now that's what, instead of trying to kick the foreigners out, that's what we need to get some legislation on stopping all these goddamn bullshit AI calls that constantly call your phone all day and badger you. You can't get no work done without these AI calls all day long. They ain't humans, man. Just waste your airwaves. It's ridiculous. Hold on, y'all, 1 second. 1 second. I'm gonna give y'all one story, man. I got a guy. I call him my uncle, man. He been around me for a long time. He's been working with me off and on for like 15 years, man. So a couple months ago, I had to fire him. But the same thing. Now, you got this guy who I paid to work for me full time. He's been working for me consistently for about the last 3-4 years. And so, you know, slow it out. I mean, he got work done, but you know, he piddle-paddled around, always complained. But he's been with me so long, so he's kind of grandfathered in. You know how when you grandfathered in, even though, you know, really, like, I didn't win nothing, I didn't lose nothing with him. So it really wasn't a big deal. So I had another guy, white guy, moved into my boarding house. So the white guy wanted a little work around. So I had a little work. It was, you know, like I say, he piddle-paddled so much, I needed some shit done. I was like, hey man, come on over here and clean. Man, when I tell you that sucker works circles around that thing, bro. When that sucker worked, he worked circles around him. So he see him working circles where he gets mad at him. He hates my white boy to this day. He hates him to this day. He works circles around him. And so, you know, jealousy kicked in, and so he's always been jealous of him ever since then, because he's really been my only worker for years. And so when he came in and did all of the work that he paddled around to do, and he got it done in little or no time, man, you ought to see all the work he's done. And so even to this day, you know, he's been working with me, so he always picks at him, you know. I had to one day and tell him, hey man, all of this was your work. All of this was your job. You let this man come in here and steal your J. This was all work designed for you to do. But you allowed the man to come in here and steal your J. Not because you allowed him, it's because you allowed him because you bullshitted too much. And now he walks around, so they both live in my boarding house. So now now the guy who worked for me for 15 years, he don't work for me at all. I got my wife, he's my maintenance man, he does it. You know what I'm saying? Great combination. A lot of productivity. Now now that tells you. I had somebody who I looked at, and they called him uncle, so I looked at him as family. Worked for me. But guess what? He lost his J. Not because I didn't love him, not because I probably wouldn't have rather him been in that position. But the white boy outperformed him so much, at such a high level, that eventually, and his attitude got so bad with the white boy, was intolerable, that eventually I had to pick and choose. And I chose the white boy over my damn near family. And so this is an example of how the foreigners come in when we get so relaxed on the job. We get entitled. Then when they foreigners come in, that's basically our white boy was a foreigner, because hell, I didn't know him from hanging out of Shinola. He shouldn't have never took your job. In fact, he shouldn't have never been over here working, because he should have been doing his work in the first place where I didn't need anybody else. But he allowed a door to open for me to see better, more productivity, in less time, in less space, less money. Until this day, he still walks around upset with the white boy because the white boy stole his glory. And anytime people steal your J, you mad at them. The only way these foreigners can come in here and take your job, take your position, is because you feel entitled. You think somebody owe you something. You're sorry and you're lazy and you're doing just enough to get by. You're just showing up. Those are the people whose jobs the foreigner can take. If you just show up and you think you got a job, guess what? Soon you won't have a job. It's Legacy Move Gas Station Podcast, man. You understand me? Hey, man, don't take your stuff for granted. Don't be the lagger on the team. Don't be the 10th man on the bench and wonder why your J got taken, or eventually you ain't on the bench no more. You ain't got to worry about these foreigners taking your J, because there's enough jobs for everybody. If you doing what you supposed to be doing. Because you have an automatic edge over them, is you have the connection. They don't. And the only way they can take your J is by having that window of opportunity. And when they get that window of opportunity, and your boss see, hold up, these some bitches is working circles around these guys here. Shit. I'm gonna have to replace these sorry motherfuckers with some great, but these motherfuckers here. That's what I had to do. I had to do the same thing. Hello? Hello? AI called me. Had to do the same thing. Can you stop calling me, please? Why do you on there? Just keeps calling me. Anyway, think about it. Legacy Move Gas Station Podcast. Don't allow these foreigners to come in here and take your J. Ladies, especially my black sisters, they think the brothers owe you something. Think you're entitled. Thinking the black man ain't stepping up to the game, to what his responsibilities. I keep having that bad attitude. Instead of encouraging, building, being a woman, lifting your man up, you're gonna be replaced with one of these passport bros, women. But get what? Biden, y'all, all you Democrat black women, Biden done let a lot of them up in here. Biden done let a lot of these passport bro sisters up in here, these girls up in here. So they ain't got to go out the country to get them no more. They right here. They right here looking for a home, looking for a family, looking for a good man to take care of them. They don't give a damn about going to no $200-300 restaurant. They looking for a good man to take care of them. Don't let these sisters outshine you. Don't let these foreign women outshine you. Y'all mad at these passport bro, but don't let these foreign women outshine you. Brothers, don't let these foreign men outshine you. I love my foreign men. I love my foreign women. Don't let them outshine. No, the only way they gonna steal your J is you let them outshine you. I ain't got to worry about them stealing my J. I have no problem with them because if anything, I'm gonna employ one of them. It's impossible for them to steal my J. And guess what? Should be impossible for them to steal your J too. If you got your shit together. Legacy Move Gas Station Podcast. Fueling ground for the mind, the body, and the soul. Man, this is something you to think about, man. And get your drink about it. Think about it. Think about your choices. Think about your competition. Do you got the right work ethic, or do you think it's best to complain about it and try to fight to keep your competition out instead of rising to the challenge? Because the only reason you want to keep them out is because you feel like they're gonna steal your J. Now, any foreigner that is raping, stealing, killing, hurting folks and shit like that, y'all already know they don't deserve to be here. We're not talking about them. We're talking about the ones you worried about gonna take your jobs. We talking about the ones, ladies, you feel like gonna take your man. You foreign women. They will if you ain't. They will if you ain't on your job. They will. They will take your job if you ain't on your job. They will take your man if you ain't on your job. Let's get it together. Legacy Move Gas Station Podcast, man. My time is up, man. This is the day the Lord has made. Rejoice and be glad in it. Get your 3 W's. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. Make sure you hit the notification. Make sure you comment if you think differently. Legacy Moves, I'm out. Hey, said it's the gas.